Hello, welcome to this your channel of the Medic Eurofan. Text me. Croatia went again one spot away from its qualification to the final, after the guilty pleasure that Mia Dimšić wanted to show us in last year's contest, which apparently was not liked by the audience according to the final result. With all that, the Balkan country is still moving forward, hoping to get out of the stagnation they are still facing. We will see if the next artist will make it when they get on the main stage of Liverpool. Let's go! For today's episode, I'm going to review the Croatian entry for Eurovision 2023, which will be represented by Group Electric with the song Mama St. My goodness, it's such a crowd trying to pronounce this. Let's start by taking a look to the biography and career of this long-lasting band, which will have the task of carrying the Croatian colors on British soil. Electric, which name is translated as Flight 3, is a Croatian alternative rock and shock rock band coming from the coastal city of Rijeka at the northwest of the country. They are active since 1987, having 10 studio albums in their discography to date, with songs performed in their native language, Croatian. Their most recent album to date is from 2016, with an unscheduled date for their upcoming 11th album. Shortly after starting their career, they start to get acknowledged especially for their unpredictable, controversial, and often obscene performances, however earning themselves a name in their city of origin, which will be later extended nationwide. Due to the eccentric style as well, they have also been involved in controversies, which often go beyond their musical side. Although, in the other hand, it's remarkable to say that they have always supported throughout the years to many social causes, like women's rights and LGBTI people rights. And they have been also very critical with many socio-political and historical aspects, like conservative politics, the Catholic Church, the warfare, male chauvinism, and militarism in the Balkan societies. During their time as a band, they have had many members throughout the years, and currently is formed by vocalist and bassist Damir Martinovic, vocalist Zoran Prodanovic, drummer Ivan Bojčić, guitarist and mandolin player Dražen Bajak, and guitarist Matej Sek. It's true that they have penned themselves a well-established career and they are still a reference in the Croatian musical scene, but it's also true that beyond their borders they are almost unknown. Maybe this has been a particular reason on attempting to represent their country at Eurovision. In fact, the band has her first contact with Eurovision when they participated in the official music video of the song Moja Štikla, performed by singer Severina, who represented Croatia at the contest in 2006 held in Athens, Greece, after winning the well-known national final Dora. This year, after a long musical hiatus, they will decide to do it with a proposal as particular as the musical world they have done for decades. Let's see what was the final result. As usual, the Croatian public broadcaster will organize what is going to be the 23rd edition of their national final Dora, which picks the artist and the song that will represent the country on the United Kingdom. For this, a submission period was open between late September and late November of last year for Croatian artists and songwriters to send their proposals. A total of 196 entries were received by the broadcaster at the deadline, and thereafter a 9-member expert panel will be in charge of selecting the 18 artists that will partake in the competition, being the guys Electric among them, surprising both locals and foreigners. In the televised show, which took place in mid-February, the winner will be determined as usual with a combination of the votes of a jury by regions and the public. After all the participating artists have performed their proposals, the voting results revealed that the band was the absolute favorite, both from the jury and the public, winning the national final with a wide margin, thus gaining the right of representing Croatia on the main stage of Liverpool. Shortly after their victory, the band will work on the production of the official music video, releasing it officially a few days ago. A proposal that is completely one and only, and I think I use my best description for it. Now here comes the analysis according to what they have presented in their proposal. Melodically speaking, this is a shock rock song. And then you must wonder, what is shock rock? As a rock subgenre, although it can be used in a wide sense, combines rock music or heavy metal music with highly theatrical live performances emphasizing shock value. These performances may include provocative or violent behavior from the artist, as well as the use of attention-grabbing imagery, such as eccentric costumes, masks, body painting, or special effects, especially those ones which are horror-oriented. Many groups and performers have made a career in this subgenre, but if it's about to remark a few of the most outstanding ones, Alice Cooper and Kiss appear as the pioneers of this subgenre, serving as inspiration to many more like Twisted Sister, King Diamond, or Marilyn Manson. And if we take a look into Eurovision, there are two references. First, there is the Finnish rock band Lordi, who were the Finnish representatives and also the winners of the contest on Greek soil in 2006, being the first winning rock song. And then later, there is a Icelandic group Hatari, but although their musical style combines punk rock with industrial and electronic music, it's considered they have shock rock elements in their live performances. Vocally speaking, this subgenre is not especially known for showcasing two extraordinary vocal skills, although I have to say that in the case of Damir and Soran, as the band's vocalists, these are quite good and adapted to the genre. Talking about the lyrics, it was written by Damir and Soran in their native language Croatian. Although, first of all, the main question to answer is why to name this song with this particular title? Why Mama Stood? Well, according to the band, the song's title comes to be a metaphor of historically known Mother Russia, using in this case the St letter from the Russian alphabet, which is romanized with the conjunction of the S and C letters with a hashtag or inverted circumflex. They also have commented that the St letter can also mean the sound someone makes when somebody has an orgasm or when somebody is meditating. I have my doubts on this, but these are details much better known for people which usually make use of the Cyrillic alphabet, and that therefore I do not know. Reading the lyrics in detail, previously translated of course, is not quite a stand itself, but it's a song against the war in Ukraine, in which they mock the dictators for being childish, calling them psychopaths. This obviously makes reference to the current Russian and Belarusian leaders. In fact, talking about the latter one, it comes to attention that the word tractor is mentioned numerous times, using it as a symbolism to the current Belarusian leader. This is because it was known that he gifted a tractor to his Russian counterpart for his 70th birthday. Maybe it is one of the weirdest presents someone could receive. Anyway, everyone can be thoughtful in its own way. Having said all this, the message of the song is a full statement of the anti-war stance the band has had since ever. And with the ongoing warfare between Russia and Ukraine, they did not want to remain silent, expressing their opinions and feelings in the way they have always done it, outrageously with irreverence and not to mince words. We have reviewed this song, but before going to analyze the official music video made for this proposal, I have to say that before this music video, there were two previous videos going around from the time of their candidacy in the national final. The first one was not being too much produced, using mostly black and white footage of peasants working in the fields, especially women, and showing frequently the lyrics of the song. A second video, albeit more produced, showed the members of the band and dancers with the face painted and wearing wigs, like they were clowns doing simple and fun choreographies. Now we will take a look to the third video, which is finally the official one. The music video begins with alternate shots of all the members of the band performing their musical instruments and the clown dancers. Starting the first verse, there are shots of them wearing Lithuanian military costumes while Soren sings, one of them waving waving a flag with a still letter, and also the clown dancers are seen doing a choreography where a blinking still letter outstands. The reference to the tractor could not be missed in this music video, with Soran riding one in an ice float. More alternate shots of the members of the band and the clown dancers are seen, in which they have a little gloomy look if I want to describe them in some way, but I guess they have done it intentionally. What comes up next is a very curious sonic interlude, in which they spell the whole Croatian alphabet, while the imagery seen is fully irrelevant. During the chorus they are seen wearing bizarre military and marine costumes, maybe with the intention of mocking militarism, while doing dumb moves and taking off those costumes to reveal transparent suits with feathers and glitter. In the second verse they are seen again with a city at sunset in the background, while Soren is still singing and having two radioactive rockets. This makes a clear allusion of the repeated threats of the Russian army of using their nuclear weapons on the warfare with Ukraine. Irreverent imagery is still seen from both the members of the band and the clown dancers, while in some moment during the last chorus, Soran is seen riding one of the rockets propelled in the sky, obviously with special effects of course, until later Damir appears behind him riding another rocket, while Soran opens up his military costume to show the transparent suit he has underneath. Towards the end of the music video, Damir is briefly seen landing to the floor from the rocket, probably using his military costume as a parachute. The rocket hits the floor sounding like a regular can, and a message in Russian appears, saying Voynia niet, which means no to war, a very much explicit statement like no one. Making a summary of all the comments, the Croatian entry for this year is irreverence and its maximum expression. It's a very nutsful proposal, taking into account that Croatia have not sent anything like this before to the contest, and for sure it will generate a huge impact, for good and for bad, because some people will love it, while some other people will just hate it. But it's true that it will not leave anyone indifferent. Recalling the staging in the national final, the 5 members of the band appeared in the front of the stage wearing the bizarre military suits seen in the music video. Here I want to clarify that they wore them first in the national final, and later they wore them again in the music video. Soran performs the first verse, while the remaining members do the first part of the choreography, which was later seen in the music video. It's remarkable in addition that the second video, which I have talked about before, were part of the visual graphics into LED screens. In the sonic interlude, Soran spins around with his costume like it was a huge skirt, while the other members of the band collapse to the floor, simulating having convulsions and crazy moments. In the first chorus, when you notice them in some close-ups, you can see that all of them have eyeshadows and their lips in red. They have done it this way with all the intention, as an extra part to the mocking of the Russian army and government, which is particularly known for being quite homophobic, addressing a fairly direct criticism and mockery. Just after the second chorus, a sixth character appears on the stage with the 2 radioactive rockets. Again, these appear first during the performance and later used in the music video. And while that happens, the rest of the members of the band take off their military suits, spinning them on the air and drawing them away by the stage while they go after the musical instruments. Getting back to the man with the rockets, he is completely dressed in black, his lips are painted in red too, and he has the inscription Jinle in his forehead. What does this exactly mean? It was revealed that it says Lenin in Shatrovački. Shatrovački is an argot within the Serbo-Croatian language, which consists mostly on reversing the syllable order to make new words without altering its original meaning. For this example, in fact, the original word will be Lenin. With all this, the intention is to make mockery to Vladimir Lenin, the very well-known Russian revolutionary and politician, which founded the basis of what it was the Soviet Union. In the last chorus, while Soran is starting to take off his military costume to show the transparent suit he has underneath, sparkle starts to eject from the rockets held by the man who mocks Lenin, and the rest of the members of the band turn their backs to show the roses coming from their buttocks while they are still playing their musical instruments. They finish their performance turning and jumping to the front, with Soran making the classic military gesture with his right arm. I have to say that this was not only an eccentric performance, but loaded with much symbolism. If they wanted to give an impact, they have far exceeded it, and the proof was the smashing victory they have in the competition. For the staging in Liverpool, it's true probably they will replicate the same one from the national final, maybe making some slight changes, although they have also to take into account that they could not make anything crazy on stage, as this is a show witnessed by all kinds of people, including children. They will amaze the audience with their performance for sure, as long as they do not make something too embarrassing on the stage. And you, what do you think about the Croatian entry for this year? Come on and leave your comments down below. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion. And this is it for today's episode. As usual, I want to take these final seconds to invite you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, enable notifications for more content like this one, and also follow me through my social media. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.